we're surrounded by people who follow rules and assume that that makes them good people. I think we've all kind of had that mindset at a certain point. People that have a concept of morals, people that have concepts of like, you know, divinity. There seems to be confusion with what that actually like revolves around. It's freedom. It's not obedience. Freedom is a sense of universal karmic alignment in which the soul can prosper properly. And that's to do with intuition. It has very little to do with a list of rules or, something that can be definitively determined from a singular story or collection of stories. Really, the optimum attitude is to learn from all stories, whether they're recorded or you just know about them in your reality. To learn from character, to learn from what is considered archetype, and to understand that that is present in the network of reality wherever you go. So, you know, if you want to be a good person, ultimately you have to be able to make sacrifices. And, you know, it's difficult to do that in a world that's constantly tells you to stay safe, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. There's no, like, rite of passage for, young men. There's no fucking. It's all sit, nerd neck postured, fucking theoretical nonsense analyzing bullshit with fucking crap food, like, you know what I mean? Terrible daily habits, even like the people that think they fucking know what they're on about don't. Subconscious sabotage, like, look, I don't want to moan too much, but you get the picture. It's not easy to actually become, like, let's say you were born in, like, as a Viking or something. You know, if you were surrounded by warriors that are doing warrior type shit, you're more likely to become a warrior at that point, aren't you? Because you are in that environment. However, our war is a spiritual war. You know, as a hallucination once said. So, I get the feeling that we're all getting a bit fed up. I mean, I've had a look around, like, and the this people are just. We need to see light that is here. Really, it is here. I think we're blinded from it. It's not necessarily as dazzling as it might be in some other areas of the universe, for lack of a better term. But it's there. And if you can't see it here in a like a sober mindset, which I don't actually agree with that term anyway, and or at least the attitude towards it. Sober. It's like people have this attitude that you can't be like. Let me put it this way: you can be on drugs without taking drugs, and because think about this, right? I've made a video already on this. Your mind in physical flesh reality is an amalgamation of chemicals, relative to stimulus. So if you know how to naturally stimulate yourself, but wait, actually like manage it properly, which is where some people end up messing up and becoming like, you know, called schizophrenic because of trauma, usually caused by drugs and other emotional crap. And you can't manage the chaos of when it starts to happen, like awakening. You get what I'm saying? So, does that mean that somebody who's really messed up can't heal? No, but society doesn't do that, does it? I've already talked about it, but I'll talk about it again, because it fucking bothers me. You think that, like, oh, we need to learn how to heal here, you know? And I, like, I really do have a rascal mentality, me. And my dark side often gets really, like, out of control. It just wants to gratify and doesn't want to make an effort, and I've let it get away with it for ages. It's supposed to work for you, that part of yourself. Most people have not got a fucking handle on it, and, you know, it'll just sabotage what your actual aspirations are until you come to your fucking breaking point and actually get your act together, if you ever do that. You know, so am I saying don't, like, have fun, as in, you know, drink and take certain things? Not necessarily, but when you keep going back to something again and again and again, and you've got to be honest, like, is it actually doing you a favor? Like, anybody can tell you on paper, like weed, for example, oh, it's not that bad, or it's arguably good for you, it's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah. I can tell you from my own experience that I do not have a good relationship with the stuff. And cigs, like, you know, I found that they were sabotaging my progress. Alcohol, if anything, that's the one that I have the best relationship with. But, like, you know, it's not doing your fucking stomach any good, is it? Like, you know, your brain health and your stomach health reciprocate each other. You know, the stomach's kind of like the center of health, really. So if you're putting a load of, like, fermented, like, ethanol crap in it, it's not going to be any good, is it? So, what am I on about here? I'm not here. I don't want to preach to you about blatantly obvious shit, like, you know, ooh, alcohol, it's not good for you. Like, cheers, mate. But fucking, the point is, from my own experience, the only way anything is ever gonna go well for you is if you're just fucking properly honest. Now, that might come across. This is where language starts to annoy me because of how linear it is. Honesty, right? It's relative. Now, you can be honest about one thing and think, wow, well, I better suck my dick about it, you know what I mean? Fucking, wow, like, we've really come off it today. But really, you're avoiding something else that you really need to fucking address. You know what I mean? People do that all the time. So really, you're being dishonest with yourself, but jibbing it as like, you know, I'm honest about that. You know, you better let me off. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, hopefully that fucking serves some kind of purpose to you, whoever you are.